If you've never watched the Cataclean programme before, then you'll think, hang on, this can't be right. I can't believe that it works like this. But it does. All you've got to do is to try it. And I just say, I don't know whether Peter would back me up on this and Kevin as well, but once you've tried it, you become like an ambassador. I don't know how many people I've recommended Cataclean to. There's Ken in a studios in the Midlands, who I know has been recommended this by me. And there's lots and lots of people. And of course, if you've got a partner and you've got a household with 2 cars, and then you know that you can get more. Don't just buy the 1 bottle, buy 2, or buy the whole year's supply. That's a great idea, I think, because it's so easy to forget to buy it, and then you're left without it.
But what is more exciting with Peter, when he's found, just realised he's got a commercial vehicle. So you're just not restricted to passenger cars. You can do it on commercial vehicles as well.
And I met, when I was up in Liverpool, a chap whose business was car spares. Mm-hmm. And he was very, very sceptical before he tried it.
Extremely.
And yet there's so many converts to Cataclean, aren't there? Once you've tried it, you'll then sort of recommend it to everybody. I think that's what we found.
You've got to remember that it is a one-off product. There is nothing like it that we know of on the market. But to show you something that can happen with a catalytic converter, and that's a brand new one. It's obvious, nice and clean, nice holes.
Right. And I can see through it. I can see the light through it.
Then you'll get to a stage where Cataclean will still work, where you can't see through that properly.
Right.
Just have a look at it.
Whoa, this is a heavy old one, and there's no way I can't see a thing. It's chock-a-block. It's totally blocked.
It's coming to the stage of getting dramatic.
Now, what is causing that? The particulates in the petrol, or what?
It's particulates in the exhaust stream, which is caused by overfueling, oil burning, which most cars will always use oil. But you can go one more stage. You go to a dramatic stage if you don't use the product.
Oh, meltdown, baby.
Meltdown, break up.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
And so if you don't look after your catalytic converter, and if you don't start sort of flushing it through, you could end up with meltdown. Exactly. And that could mean an expense of something like 400 to 2,000, depending on your car.
Exactly.
But not just that, Paul, it can go beyond that, because that can do damage to your engine as well and cost you even more money.
Right, so not only just by using this, if you don't use it, you can do untold damage. It isn't just your catalytic converter that can be harmed.
That's right, yeah.
Let's go back to Liverpool. Let's go back to where it all started and see how things are going back there. So, Mike, we've seen it work on 2 petrol-driven cars, my old banger, a 95 Rover Cabriolet, and now we've seen it on a more modern car, around about 2 years old. Those are both petrol engines. How about on diesel cars? It's going to work for everybody's diesel engine.
Yeah, Cataclean is a universal product. It will work on both petrol and diesel, cat, non-cat, turbo or non-turbo.
Yeah, this is the smoke analyzer for diesel.
Yes.
What's happening here?
We need to make sure that the engine has reached a sufficient working temperature. Ideally, it should be of a figure of around 60 degrees. That, in theory, is where everything should be working okay. So we'll just go into that site. The mean average is 2.75. Okay, it's actually passed, but if we introduce Cataclean to that, we will reduce that figure by, I would say, a minimum of 45–50%.
So we're going to take down this mean value?
Correct.
You reckon? With 1 bottle?
Yes.
Right, let's do it.
Right, so there you go. Initially, you had a mean value of 2.75.
Right, that means...
That's 2.75 K opacity.
Right.
Okay. And after treatment of the Cataclean, it's reduced it to 1.06.
And that's a big difference.
It's more than 50%, isn't it?
And that's just with 1 container of Cataclean.
That's correct, yeah.
Mike, proof again that it works. This time on diesel engines. Thank you very much for all your help today, Mike. We've worked on diesel engines, we've worked on petrol engines, it's worked on my engine. Try it on yours. What have you got to lose? Now, Nothing to lose except all the dirt in your engine. So let's just recap on exactly what you have to do. When you buy the Cataclean for just £14.95, what do we do with it and how is it going to work and what are the benefits for us?
The benefits, as we've said, are you're getting lower emissions, better performance and lower fuel costs. I mean, the hardest thing you've got to do with that is actually open the bottle.
And, of course, the job is done not just for your car, but how about your partner's car? Maybe you do a lot of the school run. That's, again, when those build-ups can happen by just doing short journeys, isn't it?
They are the worst scenario where they're not getting hot. They're just going around, stop, start, stop, start. That's when that starts to block, and that's when it becomes inefficient. By using Cataclean, you're just saving money all the time.
You're saving money. So you're saving money on having to not replace your catalytic converter. You're saving money on the efficiency because it then makes it go further with less fuel. And we're also talking about looking after the engine, aren't we, as well?
Yeah.
Because you're not just sort of making it work more efficiently, you're looking after the engine and giving it a good old clean.
But you're also helping the environment.
Right.
By the less you pump out of the exhaust, you are helping the environment.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big point. I mean, we're talking about greenhouse gases that are steaming out the back of your car. By using Cataclean, you are actually helping the environment. You're making the air we breathe a little less polluted. And anybody who's concerned, have got children and are worried about the planet, well, then again, they're going to be the first choice I think they ought to think about is to use Cataclean in their car. Because we all say, what is there for me to do? I can't do anything. I can't do anything with the cleaning up the atmosphere. By using Cataclean, you can actually do a little bit of your own work.
Yeah, well, it's not just a little bit, is it? As we've seen before, we can reduce emissions by 50%, a minimum of 50%.
And that is a lot of reduction.
A lot.
To what are harmful gases. So don't forget, if you've got a car that, like mine, is just getting a bit to the end of its life, or like we heard, of course, from all of our amazing phone calls. I mean, Peter, who's got a commercial vehicle that he's taken up to Scotland on a regular basis, he found that, hey, I mean, I don't know whether it's come from nowhere, but he didn't change gear as often because it was running smoother. And he saved himself half a tank of petrol. And then we've also heard from Stephen, it worked on his car. And, of course, Cavan, who not just tried it on a car, he actually took it and got it tested on 3 vehicles, and the results were astounding. You've got a chance to try it on your vehicles. And don't forget that if you are thinking ahead and thinking for the future and taking our word that it is, and of course all our viewers who've rung in and helping them advise, well, then why not get a year's supply of Cataclean? Because whilst you're on the phone, you might just as well think about your partner, think about their car, think about your own car, and get the whole year sorted for your car and its engine. And it doesn't matter whether it's petrol or diesel.
No, not at all. With catalytic converter, without a catalytic converter.
Put it in and you'll notice the difference.
Exactly.
And please let us know what you've found, because we love to hear from you. Every single viewer that's written in, that's emailed, thank you very much indeed. We love to have your emails, we love to have your mail, and of course, what we like best of all is the fact that it works for you. And we can go out and we don't have to convert people anymore to Cataclean, because you're converting everybody else. And it's wonderful and we really love it. So keep those letters, keep those emails coming in. Once again, thank you very much, Hugh. If you had any advice, come on, you've got a few seconds. What would you say to anybody who runs a car?
Always keep your car regularly serviced. That's very important. But using Cataclean on a 3-4 month basis, it just keeps everything fresh, everything tight.
And just let me get this in my head again. It doesn't matter what make or what engine I've got in my car.
No, petrol, diesel, turbo, non-turbo. It will work. As long as it's a fuel injection car, it will work.
Just pop it in the tank and it'll work.
That's it. Run the car for 10, 15 miles and job done.
It's service in a bottle from us here at Shop America.